Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what's up, brother? You hear
Peace. How
me?
you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, brother?
Super, super, super.
Hey, man. What?
Fantastic.
Yeah, man. We had a few technical difficulties there, but it's all right. We good. We good.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So
Hey,
yeah, man.
Cynthia.
So, brother, I want to talk to you, about a few things today. But first off, man, welcome to the podcast, the Freedom
Thank
Lifestyle
you.
Podcast. We're good friends, and I've been following you for a long time. So my first question is, man, what is the best place that you travel to?
Uh, I like the UK.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why is that?
And the purpose of me liking the UK because of the mindset of the people, uh, pretty much the same mindset that I have, being a business-minded person, and the way people is just direct focus, knowing what they want, and 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 the cleanliness of the
Yeah.
UK. Yeah, yeah,
Man, I agree with you because the UK, it reminds me of New York. Like you said, people got that focus, they got that hustler's mentality. I remember I was
right,
telling this immigration agent about how London is like New York, man. He looked at me crazy, like man, I never thought there's no other place on the planet like New York. I was like, brother, you ain't been to the UK yet,
right,
you
right,
know. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. The UK, one of my top places to travel to.
right.
Now, brand awareness. I see you doing your thing on social media with brand awareness. Like I said, man, I've been following you for a while. One thing I noticed about you is that, man, you got to get the gab, man. Your mouthpiece is slick. You could you can talk your way to any situation we're out of, man. That reminds me of the guys in New York.
Right,
Now, you got the receipts on your timeline. Like every
right,
time I see you, man, you have influencer or celebrity promote your product. I've seen
right,
you with the late Nipsey Hussle. I mean, with
right,
Patti, Labelle, Rick Ross, Cardi
right.
B. The name goes on. So I want the people to know is how do you approach these people, man? Because a lot of times, a lot of people get shy. This happened to me. I wanted to connect with somebody, and I ran away because I didn't want to be a fanboy. Tell us, how do you
Right.
connect with people so fast?
Uh, Pretty much, for an example, if I find out that these different types of entertainers or celebrities come to the Twin Cities, um, I find ways to put myself in the same place that they may be traveling in, um, or put myself in a place whereas I know that we're going to make some type of contact.
Right, right,
So pretty much, I just study. I study because I'm not a groupie, and I just get myself together mentally to say this is what's going to take place when I meet the Cardi B's, the Rosés, the Nipsey Hussle, Rest in Power, and people like Patti LaBelle. I say,
right.
you know what? I'm gonna give them something that they not used to. Cause they used to people running up to them. Can I get an autograph? Uh, you're my favorite. Let me sing for you. Let me rap for you. And I wanted to come just being myself. And I never forget, I had my experience with Patti LaBelle. And, uh, and I came in contact with Patti LaBelle. We was at the airport. And somehow we connect. And she was with other people. And so people that was working at the airport, MSP airport, they was like, you know, hey Patty, and me, I just I just went up to pass at Patty. While you in the Twin Cities, I'm gonna give you the best treatment you ever had before. And what did I say that for? Because Patty, she like to feel special. She like to feel like she's number one. And
Right,
she
right.
said, I want to be with you. And no, 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 no. And she had her crew to cover her. And you know what? So I walked Patty LaBelle to her gate. I never forget, it was in the F concourse, it was F9. It was F9. So I got with her and her crew members, her team members, and we sat down in her section. And so I said, Patti, it's been an honor. She said, where you going? She said, no, you're going to stay with me until I get on the flight. She said, and she just said, what is it about you? And so with me meeting these people, I said to myself, I truly want to be successful. I truly want to get out there, whereas I want to make my brand to be better and bigger than what it is.
Yeah, right,
and
right.
So I had to say, either I'm going to sit back in that rocking chair as I get older and say, like many of my family members say, I should have, I could have, I wish I had, I hope I can go back 10 years down the road. I wanted to be different because I said, this is my shot. So it's showtime. So, you know, I always said to myself, lights, cameras, and actions for the right transaction. Right. So I'm selling me. And so, you know, with you saying, you know, that most people, you're really not this person to really confront a person. And you may, you know, you may feel as though they may say, get out my face, you know, what you're doing, you know, I ain't got time right now. But I made myself available because I knew that people like the Nipsey Hussle, Rest in Power, the Rose, the Patti Labelle, the Eddie LaVerse, these are the Cardi B.
Right, right.
And I met Cardi B when she was just taking off. When Cardi B was just going to the club.
I remember that.
Right. When Cardi B was just going to the clubs to do a meet and greet. And so I met Cardi B and her sister, and it was the same way. So what I did was I said, you know what? I'm going to use what you shared with me. And when I create my website, I'm going to put on one of my pages on my website, the Wall of Fame. So everybody I have met, I'm going to put what they have said about me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So I see what you did right there. You added value. You added value. Okay, I see what you did. You know, because in order to get value, you have to add value.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And so, you know, the I met, you know, the Raekwon with Wu-Tang, what else? The Juvenile, the Young Jeezy, the Meek Mills. I done met 50 Cent. And the thing about it is this. When you just be yourself, you get more out of it and what you presenting yourself to be. They won't throw you out because you ain't no groupie, you know? And so even though I had some of these that told me I'm going to reach back out to you, but see, I was upset with some because I felt that, hey, we was actually going to do an audio book. Right, you know, right. We were actually going to get in the studio together. We were going to actually do some things together. That hurted my feelings. But I said, you know what? I'm glad I got us on video. I'm glad I got a picture with you because I'm going to sell it. And I'm going to sell it before the world, not sell it whereas, you know, I'm going to hustle your name. But I'm gonna let the whole world know because I have it in my phone. I got the video. Right. So regardless if we never meet again, or if you never reach out to work with King Ro, I got something that you and I did and nobody else have it. Not even TMZ. Yeah.
Yeah, man. See, the one thing I noticed also, like, you know, brothers like Rick Ross and Nipsey Hussle, like that takes a particular skill to approach those brothers because, you know, those brothers from a different background, you know.
Right.
Especially, you know, you just can't walk up on men like that and then not expect, you know, not to get laid out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be very careful and methodical how you approach them. And the fact that you were able to do that is impressive, man.
Right. Right. Right.
Now,
And so I tell anybody, for those that's coming into 2021, regardless of the pandemic, turn your pandemic into a plandemic. Put an L behind the P and make plans of action. Take massive action to get their real attraction. If you hide your gifts and your talents, and you say to yourself, it may not be my time. It may happen someday, one day. It needs to happen right now, because I call what most people call the subconscious mind.
right,
I call it the reactive mind. And the reason why I call it the reactive mind, because most people, they react just like assuming. They feed off of what he say, she say, what they say, what them over there doing, and they quick to jump the board. And the reason why I say the reactive mind, because the word sub, S-U-B, means under. So what you saying, you under consciousness. Okay. But when you react, it's a different thing. And so when you're dealing with, look up and I tell people this, two things you can do. You can mentally respond to a situation, or to what you call your problems, or you can emotionally react. And most times people get in trouble by emotionally reacting to something. And it may not be a big thing. It's just like you and I, we black men, we in the UK. If we had the mindset of stereotyping people, right, we probably never would have made it back from the UK to America. Right. Because, especially, when you're going overseas, and I share with people this from my experience, when you're going overseas, ain't no guarantee you're going to make it through the gate going to that country. Because when you come off that plane coming from whatever airlines you traveling from, and when you going to another country outside the USA, all eyes on you. You a stranger to them. They may look at you, may be a terrorist or a troublemaker. Right, they don't know. You don't know them. So when you in the line, when you meet that man or that woman that's looking at your passport and looking at you, they already done seen you when you came off the plane. Because in their office that you and I do not see, they looking at everybody that's getting ready to come to the checkpoint to enter into their country. And that's why they ask, okay, what is your purpose here? How long you gonna be over here? If you stand up there and you may not go through that gate.
Yeah, you going to the penalty, you going to that penalty box.
And see, it's just like a bull. It's just like a bull ring. It's a holding section. And they gonna go back there and discuss you, talk about you. Should I let King roll through? Should we let him through? Because he kind of looks suspicious. Right. I got some curiosity about him.
Boy might be Muslim. We can't let him through.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's the mindset, unfortunately.
Right, that's the mindset. Because I share with people this. Even if they ask you, okay, you stand in the Hilton in this part of the UK or wherever country you're in, best believe they done contact that hotel manager. See, all eyes on you from the time you enter in the country, from the time that you leave, you are marked. And they want to make sure, just like you came smiling and I'm coming to enjoy, they want to make sure you leave without any issue back through that gate, going back to the U.S. Yeah.
Now, I got another question for you. Now, when you were in London, did you sense a different mindset, like from the people in London into the U.S. when it comes to, just, stepping up in life?
Right. When I went, what was profound for me, being in London, what was profound to me, the the different peoples, the different people from different walks of life riding on the train. So you got white people, you got black people, you got Jews, you got Muslims. But this what was shocking, because on the train, it's tight. You may get a seat, you may have to stand up, but how people was bunched up and nobody made a scene like, get off me. Why you standing by me? They didn't care about this woman sitting beside me. You know, she have a scarf on, a headpiece on that represent Islam, or this man has a turban on, or, you know, this person over here, you know, they look a certain color, they have a certain style. It's like what I seen, everybody was laser beam focused on where they needed to go. That was it.
Just like New York, you know, everybody get from point A to point B, and you know, as fast as they can. And if you get in their way, you're gonna get ran over.
Yes.
You know what? Another thing I observed about London, I almost got hit a few times walking on the street.
Yes.
People drive on the wrong side. You know, so when you used to look into your right, you're supposed to look to your left. You see what I'm saying? And they have the markers on the street for, you know, for silly Americans like us, so that way we don't go and get ourselves hit by these cars. That was crazy.
Right.
Now with the 2021 coming up, everybody's all about these New Year's resolutions. I personally don't believe in them, because people have this mindset like the moment midnight strikes, all of a sudden they're going to go from, 200 pounds, 150 pounds, like is there going to be a genie weight for them?
Right.
People don't realize, man, you got to set that mindset long before the new year starts. So what will you tell a person who's approaching a New Year's resolution?
I would tell a person like this. In the word resolution, you have solution. You do not have to wait till the clock turned midnight from the 31st of December, 2020, going into January the 1st, 2021. That's an illusion, and that's the biggest lie to be told. Right. You know, you got people right now saying, I'm going to drop 100 pounds. When the January the 2nd come, they back at the buffet having it their way. You know, they still piling up the plate. You know, they still eating garbage. They still got 3-4 cups of Mountain Dew, Sprite, Coca-Cola, all of that. And you have to say to yourself, who I'm really lying to? Because I see, I know, and it happened every year, people gonna post on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook saying what they gonna stop doing. I'm gonna leave people alone. I'm not gonna carry dead weight. But see, you can make your mouth say anything. You can make your mouth say, you know what? I'm a billionaire. And you know what? I ain't gonna work for nobody else. But you in the dark. You can't afford your energy bill, your light bill, the place where you live, because you done told this lie to yourself. And that's why I tell people, go beyond looking at what you watched in 2006, The Secret. It's no abracadabra, no genie gonna pop up.
You're talking about the book, right?
Yeah, the film. You know, it got a film out, The Secret.
The one with
Run Burn.
Uh-oh. You still there? We got some technical difficulties.
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I can hear you.
Yeah. Run the Burn. You know,
we back.
Okay, Run the Burn, when she came out with the film, The Secret,
okay.
that reached billions of people. And I was sharing with people because I learned the hard way that you just can't sit there and think money finna come in your mailbox. You got to put in some work.
Right.
And the generation behind us, they live in an illusion. You know, they with the stacking your money like a phone book, you know, sleeping on it and whatnot. And I tell people this, that's why your mind is getting hacked and your mind is getting a scam ran on it, because it starts in your mind. If you see someone contacting you in your DM about, I can turn $500 to $5,000. You don't even know them. But you looking at, they in front of the Lamborghini, you know, they in the Rolls Royce, when you can go to these places and rent these out. But in your mind, you know, you panicking during the pandemic, you unemployed, and you trying to figure out how you can get some money from the money that you have, and you get caught up because, you know, they may tell you, put it on the PayPal, send it to me by PayPal, Cash App me. And one thing about Cash App, they don't do no refund. So in their mind, you must have knew these people for you to send them your money. But I tell people this, the only somebody you need to impress going into 2021 is yourself. Not nobody else, your mother and your father, whoever in your family, outside your family, at your workplace, do not believe in you. That's fine. Do not accept you leaving your job to do something for yourself, because a lot of you want to be the new CEOs in 2021. You know your gifts, you know your talents, and you waiting on maybe that man who you're in a relationship with, or that woman whom you're in a relationship with, may not have your best interest, and you have to make a firm decision. I don't get in people relationship affairs. I tell people, you have to do what's best for you. You know what you're going to put up with. You know, if you really stepped out and did that, and those that's close to you doubted you, disbelieved in you, didn't support you, when they start seeing you advancing and you in a whole different tax bracket financially, they're going to be the first one to ask you, can I hold some?
Yeah.
Let me borrow some. Right, how you, well, you got to give me some of that because I love you. No, a lot of people really believe that song Whitney Houston sang. What? No, yeah. What love got to? No, Tina Turner. What love got to do? No. What the numbers got to do with it? It's a number.
That's right. It's a business, baby.
Numbers meaning money, because if love was all that what people portray it to be, it wouldn't be a lot of people getting a divorce, especially what a lot of people are looking at now with Dr. Dre and his wife.
Well, marriage is a business.
Right.
If they wasn't a business, they wouldn't need lawyers, contracts. Right. Business, man.
Right.
Now, I got one more last question for you before we go. So, you know me, I'm all about the freedom lifestyle. Freedom lifestyle to me is traveling whenever, going whenever you want, doing what you want, you know, spending time with who you want on your own time and on your own dime, creating a business for yourself anytime. So what does a freedom lifestyle mean to you?
A freedom lifestyle means to me that you can make your own decisions without getting anybody else's approval. The biggest obstacles you will have is the people that's close to you, the people that care about you and love you. Because if you wanted to leave where you live at right now and go to Bora Bora by yourself, they will say they're going to kill you over there. Why you going way over there for? You don't know them people, because they don't mean no harm by it, because that's the way they've been mentally programmed and genetically programmed. Because they probably never, like for those that, like where I'm from, live in Memphis, the farthest they probably been to is Atlanta. That's it. And some people, it's a lot of people in Memphis, Tennessee, never been to Atlanta. They probably ain't been no farther than across the bridge to Arkansas.
West Memphis, Marion.
So they ain't never heard of Bora Bora. So here you go from the ghetto, from the rough part of the neighborhood. You want to see how it feels to go among other people and see beautiful scenes. Here you go, especially they hear about you paid $2,000 for a plane ticket. You crazy. You crazy. You crazy. Why you spend all that money for? You crazy. And who you going with? Well, I'm going by myself because, you know, I already read about you a fool. No, I don't believe in it. No, before you go, you need to come to church with me this Sunday. See, you know, they will frighten you so bad where you be scared to go out your side and empty garbage because you think something gonna happen to you.
They
You
project
know,
the insecurity on you.
insecurity like me. I didn't tell my mother that I was going to the UK. And the reason why I didn't, because I know my mother mentality. She's not a bad mother. I knew
Right.
that she was gonna turn my phone off the hook, calling me. If she knew I went to the UK and she couldn't get in touch with me, I know this woman finna call the Red Cross, FEMA, the White House, the Black House, the Black Panther Party, the Black Lives Matter, to try to, cause in her mind, they
Where's
done
my
got my
baby?
son.
Where's my baby?
But
Yep,
he
still
ain't
missing
answering his
it.
phone. And then
Oh
here
my
I
God.
go. Here I go. I come back 3 days later. I call. Where you been? I've been up every night. You gave me a heart attack. Mama, calm down. Now, and then, you know, I tell people this. If you truly want to be a freedom traveler, you have to do what others say is impossible for you to do.
Okay.
Okay, when you go to these places, you should already have written down the places you're going to visit. Do not allow nobody, wherever you go to eat at, wherever you go to the bar at, ease up to you and come to you like, hey, wait, who are you? Because these are the people that looking for a come up. They may be looking for, hey, if you stand in this hotel, I'm going to find out where you're staying at. I'm going to break inside your hotel room. Or we having a big party tonight. I know where they having a big party, and they'll take you off somewhere that you will never see that flight going back home again. So you have to be wise. You have to be wise because you don't know how people feel about the USA.
Oh,
And,
especially now.
and right.
Especially now.
Especially you going where they don't see your color usually, it may be their chance to do you in, you know? So you really have to know, okay, when I arrive at the airport, how am I going to get to the hotel? Okay, say for example, the hotel doesn't have a shuttle service. You need to find out by doing reviews, doing an investigation, who can I book to pick me up from the airport to my hotel.
Okay.
That's it. Because if you go on wandering and you ain't sticking to the plan, and you know, like some of them places, when you go down these tight roads, these tight alleys and tight streets, every building look up like you don't know if your head done turn to left or turn to right. You don't
Right.
know.
You see that movie Hostel?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta see. That's one of my big things is always be aware of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and you, we grew up in the hood, so we always got our head in a
Right.
swivel. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Right.
always aware of our surroundings. You gotta, and then once you learn the environment, you got to adapt to the environment and pretend like you were local. You know,
Right.
it's all about that survival instinct, man.
Right.
Well,
Right.
brother, I do appreciate your time today. Thank you for giving us some game.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah.
King Row in the building. All right, brother.
Woo!
Stay
Yes.
blessed up and not stressed up, man. We'll holler at you.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.